the Chase Thomas Podcast, for people who have nothing but time to kill.
Offensively, they didn't get off the field on third down. Tackling would be his second thing that drives him. That would be driving him crazy. But they didn't get off the field on third down enough.
This is something that I've always been like. You're a football encyclopedia, Brent, and I trust your judgment more than the average Vol fan here when I ask this question. And I'm not going to pretend to have a strong answer here, but I'm always curious with stuff like this. So, if you could explain the tempo issues this year for Tennessee fans, for like the average fans in layman's terms here, and then the second part of this. Why does Cooper matter so much to Tennessee's tempo, and why did he execute it so well last year?
I think Cooper executed it. It's a great question, by the way. I think, and I don't have the answer. Here's my theory, right? I think Cooper executed it so well because he was so quick at getting everyone set and identifying and making a call as very, 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 very quickly. Okay. So I think that's part of the Cooper thing. I think there's a little bit with Joe because he doesn't improvise as much. There's a little bit of you're trying to get into the perfect call a little too much. That may slow it down. Stoppage of play. You got a play going, and all of a sudden there's a whistle, right? You come out, you get your first down play. Hey, the whole goal in first downs, let's get 5 and get going type deal. Get 7 or get going here. And all of a sudden now instead of 1st and 10, it's 1st and 15. That thing. I think the other thing too, and this is Josh Heupel was asked about this earlier this week, and he said, well, we do a lot of this and you pump the crowd noise, but you go and look, the tempo wasn't very good at Georgia. Now, was that because of Georgia's defense? In part, it absolutely was. But there was also communication issues at Georgia. There were pre-snap penalties there, put them behind the 8 ball. You can't go fast when you change a play and your quarterback has to go talk into each lineman's ear.
Yeah.
I mean, we have never seen in 2 years a Josh Heupel offense have to call timeout twice because they're going to get a delay of game penalty. And that happened twice on the first possession of the second half, because they're trying to make a late play change with a roaring crowd noise. That's a concern. That's something they have to have a better handle on and a better solution to when you go to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It doesn't show up at Vanderbilt. It's not an issue. It's not really an issue at Kentucky. No offense to the Kentucky fans. Missouri, it's certainly not an issue. It shows up in Athens, Georgia. It shows up in South Carolina. It shows up at Gainesville and shows up in Tuscaloosa. And noise was an issue last Saturday night for Tennessee. That slowed tempo down as well. So I think it's a combination of some things, but I think Cooper's IDing of things up front quickly to get everybody situated and set is something that is probably not thought about enough and wasn't thought about enough when he got injured. Now, I said you should put him in bubble wrap in the preseason, not let him get hurt. Now, this injury was a unique set of circumstances. He didn't get hurt on a play or anything like that, but you knew he was important. He's important because of the operations more than he is his physical play.
I like it. This kind of speaks to what we've been building here. Can the Vols score consistently 30 plus? So you go through like CFB stats. I love going through CFBstats.com and comparing last year to this year, right? And 30 plus yard plays, 40 plus yard plays, 50 plus yard plays. Tennessee is number 2 or number 1 in all of those categories last year. It's kind of insane to just see how many deep shots this team took.